Hello and welcome to the Smoke Room Beach Getaway. This is a summer alternate universe story that takes place, with a smoke room gang in a modern setting with absolutely nothing spooky going on, despite the fact that you can see Todd here talking about aliens. Anywho, so yeah, there's really not much to say about this. So let's begin. The hell's taking them so long? How should I know? Nick gave everyone a list for things to bring a week ago. That should have made everything go faster, not the other way around. This is true. I made an itinerary. I know. William's digits start tapping on the wheel. 37 minutes. This is threatening the itinerary. We must take action. Why don't y'all call him then? Why don't you call him then? Nah. We hear ringing behind us. Hello? I can hear someone squeaking over the phone, but I can't quite make out the words. Yes? This is Nikolai. I am calling to ask why you have put my schedule at risk. I see. That is an acceptable apology. Thank you. Me and Will have turned around in our seats and we're staring at him. So, what's the issue? He has assured me that there are 5 different varieties of Kit Kat. Chocolate, chocolate mint, chocolate strawberry, and blueberry muffin. Even lemon. The kind that you can only find during Easter. So? Yeah, I don't follow. He is buying me one of each. Will snorts through his nose and taps at the mounted phone at his dashboard. I hear the ringing before I see who answers a call. Hello? He rolls his neck. Hello, Todd. Well, howdy, William. This was supposed to be a quick stop. It's been 38 minutes. Well, we're already in line. It's just a really nice store. Thank fuck. Just get your shit and go. Well, I think they keep on getting the nachos wrong. Will blinks. Does that matter? We're gonna eat when we get to the pier. It matters, William. I keep on ordering nachos, and they just give me the chips. I don't care. Nachos have to have queso included. It's the creamy queso and the crunchy corn chip that makes the nacho such a delightful treat. I lean into the phone. They sell it as a dipping sauce on the side. There's no gosh darn way. What sense is there buying cheese for your nachos? That there is a double dip into my pocket if I ever heard one. Nachos should inherently come with cheese. He's right, you know. Y'all got 5 minutes. We'll put on a sing-song tune. Before we strand you here. Wait, what did he say? Will starts up the engine and starts pulling out. I lift an eyebrow at him. I thought you said you'd give him 5 minutes. I'm gonna park behind the store to make them think that I'm leaving. They need a hustle. This is not the worst place to be stranded. Ain't gotta be stranded if you wait long enough for the right trucker. And how would you know that? I tilt my head at Nick. How do you think? We get it. We like it nasty. Sam is not nasty. I whisper in his ear. And so do you. Will grunts and jerks his head, shaking off his prickly embarrassment. Nick crosses his arms. You know, if you ask, I could be as nasty as... Yoo-hoo! Sweet Joseph! What are you doing back here? Well, all I had to do was lift my paw and I could feel all this sexual tension coalesce on the breeze. And I just had to make my appearance. The inside of Nick's ears burn bright red, and he looks like he's about to die. Will looks like he just accidentally ran over somebody, and his foot was close to the pedal. Cliff rolled her eyes. I looked out the window, how else? The stoat opens a door and hopped inside, cozying up to Nick. You were saying? The badger gently claps his paws on Cliff's ears. Some truths are not meant for others. Oh, come now. Whatever you were about to say, I'm sure I've heard worse. I can sense when things are about to get juicy. No need to clam up on my behalf. We're on vacation, not starting a porno. But we could be. Did I hear someone say something about clams? Todd and Murdoch are walking out of the gas station together. They look like they're carrying a lot of stuff. I'm in the mood to shuck a good oyster. Been far too long since I've shucked. Since you've what? I said since I've shucked. Oh, of course. Oh. Todd? You, changed your clothes. Well, of course I did. It's colder in the mornings than it is in the afternoon, and it's sweltering today. But Will has the air conditioning. He had to put away the magic underwear. For your information, William, the temple garb has nothing to do with sorcery, because that is of the devil and that is unclean. But since we're gonna be active today, I've prepared my wardrobe accordingly. I prepared for all sorts of physical activity. Murdoch and Cliff are trying their best not to laugh. Will's eyes are rolling to the back of his head. So, what are the sweatbands for? We're gonna get wet. Well, we're not gonna be in the truck the whole day. I guess that's true. I could have leather straps instead, but the man at the mall told me that people only wear just one of those, and it felt weird to wear two asymmetrical. So, is that why you went for the sweatbands? Well, of course. Sweatbands means I have double the wrist protection. Two straps are twice as good. I think they look good. I don't. Well, at least he has some taste. Todd's eyes got so big he nearly went cross-eyed. They have some taste. Todd's forehead is glistening with sweat. No need to be so strict. Masculine or gender-neutral pronouns are fine. That's just more confusing, but thank you. Sorry. Stop being weird, Todd. Okay. Speaking of weird, do park rangers really need wrist protection? You'd be surprised how many stories I hear about young people trying to steal stores. And a heck of a lot of them are sassy little girls, too. I heard they call themselves the lifters. Oh. You're talking about a Tumblr trend from about 10 years ago. I don't think they exist anymore. Well, how'd they get caught? Well, they kept telling on themselves on Tumblr. I guess that would do it. Yep. Okay, let's go. No. We must check off all the supplies before we go. I thought you were worried about your itinerary. It's there. We'll scramble for the pocket in the side of the truck door and unfolded a piece of paper. So it is. Then let us begin. Sunscreen. Sunscreen. Check. Bug spray. Check. Cooler. Check. Fishing poles and fishing net. Check. Bait box. Check. Volleyball and net. Check. Snacks. I always have food on hand, Nick. Check, check, check. Okay. We can go. Do y'all need to draw lots to pick who's gonna sit in the back? 6 people ain't gonna fit in these seats. I do not mind being the junk in your trunk, William. By no means necessary to put it like that, but okay. Why don't we do a 3-way split? I could use the fresh air. A head start on sunbathing. Don't mind if I do. We take off, getting ready for the 3-hour drive. William puts on a podcast. Did you really have to pick one on monkeypox, Will? I think it's something important to know about. Ain't that the gay disease? No, Todd. Sorry. See? It's good sometimes when the radio is educational. Bums me out. We couldn't do the pier trip last year because of the Rona, and even after vacations, we could just recatch the damn thing. I like the educational programs that are about aliens. Got any of those? No, Todd. Why come? Because aliens aren't real. You can't prove that. I'll make sure to change my mind when they show up. That's a big ask. From a demon. I thought we were talking about aliens. Well, that's the crazy thing. Turns out that they might be one and the same. No kidding. Well, there's a bunch of scientists who study paintings. Archaeologists. No, these are different. They're called cryptozoologists. Those aren't scientists. No, you got it all wrong. They got high-tech gear and degrees and everything. Cryptozoology is a social club, not a legitimate field of study. You can't get a degree in cryptozoology. And if you could, you wouldn't be getting your bachelor's of science in it. You know, most of them spend their time hunting for squatches. Not real, but okay. Well, they could be real. You should watch the Hulu special called Sasquatch. Wait, you telling me you're a squatcher, William? No. But that documentary did point out how the Bigfoot myth is usually used as an excuse to kill immigrants and blame it on something you can't see and can't find. Interesting shit. Wasn't that the weed special that aired on 420? Let me guess. Murdoch offered to watch it with you. Yeah. While seeing how I don't want to know much more about the Devil's Lettuce, that show sounds not for me. But back to what I was saying, aliens are probably demons. There's paintings from thousands of years ago of angels and rocket ships in the sky. There's no way to explain that. Imagination. Boat references. Way too big of a coincidence, fellas. Not interested. Well, what about dinosaurs? What about dinosaurs, Todd? There's no denying those were real. Got me there. And I saw an article the other day about how scientists at a university discovered that plesiosaurs could thrive in fresh water. And there it is. What? It means that if a real-life plesiosaur existed today, it sure could live in the lake and the ocean. So? So it means Nessie could be real. Like the chocolate? I said Nessie, not Nestle. What's Nessie? Well, apple butter my bread. How have you not heard of the Loch Ness Monster? Oh. I guess I have heard of it. It's fake. Well, they call her Nessie, and she's real. False. I have a feeling that this is going to be a long 3 hours. We have to stop a few times to take a leak and get some refreshments. We ran into more than a few roadside dinosaurs. Told you they were real, William. Those are plaster, Todd. The truth is out there, William. Ain't no doubt about it. There are many doubts. I know where those dinosaurs are. Discussion dies down after so many hours spent on the road. Around noon, we see the first sign of the coast. The architecture around us starts to show more houses in pastel colors, and the air smells slightly salty. Then, we see the old boardwalk in the distance, with the ferry wheels and the carnival rides. William drops us near the entrance so that we don't have to walk. Are you sure that you do not want some of us to wait with you? Go on, get. I'll catch up. Parking in these places is always a bitch, and I doubt you'll be done shopping anytime soon. This place is remarkable. Look at all the stores. Look at all those stands. Wow. Hop on any higher cliff and you might take off. There's even a retro arcade. If by retro you mean puke stains from the 70s are still there, then yeah. What if they hold fighting game tournaments? Wouldn't surprise me. It's just so much to take in. I'm so happy that you brought me along. I guess I'm used to it since I've been here so many times. The clothing stores close before the restaurants do. Good point. If we're gonna buy something, we ought to do it now. Wait, if we're going shopping, does that mean that Sam could help us pick out outfits? Wait, what? Please. If anybody can pull off the summer vibes best, it's you, Samuel. Precisely. But why me exactly? Might have something to do with the fact that you can charge viewers for your Instagram pictures. Well, that's not because of the outfits. You know that part of it is. Just because I know what looks good on myself doesn't mean that I'm going to know what looks best on somebody else. Dressing yourself is a sacred thing. What are y'all talking about? You're back soon. Got lucky with parking. That'll never happen again. We want Sam to help us pick out our outfits. Well, why on earth would y'all let him do that? Because he's so good at it. All he has to do is roll up his sleeves, and you'll say that he looks good. Sun's out, guns out, William. You would say that. Tell you what. Get William to say yes, and I'll do it. What? Oh, you have to do it, William. I've been trying to twist fashion tips out of Sam for weeks. That can't be that hard. It is. He's factually a model after all. Why are you putting this on me? Because now I have an excuse to be lazy. William. What, Nick? There is no room in the itinerary for grousing. He inhales and holds it. Then he releases with his words. Fine. Just don't make me look stupid. You always look stupid. I feel a splash of cold water on my face before I see William's water gun. What the hell? It's what you deserve. He jumps out of my reach before I can grab the water gun, while the rest of them laugh at me. Just remember that you're all at my mercy before the end of the day is up. So be nice to me. Todd walks up with a carton of fried food. You're already eating. Those look tasty. Darn right. We call these fellas hush puppies. You call them what now? There's not hot dog meat in them, is there? I wish. But nah, it's just fried cornmeal dough. They're golden and chewy and puffy like a cloud. So, why do they call these hush puppies? Cause the story goes that whenever you're trying to cook and your dog gets barking, you throw him one of these fellers. And then you say, hush puppy. I know if I was a puppy, they'd get me to hush real good. So the story's gotta be true. That's not... You know what? Never mind. I think I want to go to the candy store first. After that drive, I need some real food, so I'm gonna hit up one of the fish stands. I need meat. Well, I'm not hungry, so I'll get that shopping out of the way. Sam, the ride was 3 hours. You need to eat. I had some nuts. I could use some nuts too. Shut up. Wait, what's wrong with nuts? Nothing at all. Bye. If they want me to do all this damn shopping, then I'm not gonna wait around for another bit. But how can you shop for us if we aren't there for you? I'll be in that store over there with the red tin roofing. Y'all gotta come in just one at a time or I'll get overwhelmed. Cliff gives me their credit card. Just in case. I couldn't imagine giving anybody a damn credit card, but I sure as hell am not gonna pay for any of this. Somebody's standing at the door, and he eyes me up as I walk in. The inside of the store has that almost sugary sweet smell of new plastic. There's bins full of inflatable balls, walls of hanging beach towels, and racks of clothing. But then there's a part of the wall that's mostly black paint, and it's full of hanging chains and masks. I don't think I realized that this was mostly adult thrift store before I got to this section. Oh well. Nick seems like he'll be the easiest to get in and out, so I'll do him first. I send him a message on my phone and it doesn't take long for him to show up. This is a very nice store. I do not want to break anything. This shouldn't take long. Okay, I'm probably gonna fast forward through this, so yeah. There we are. I see you want me to look tough today. And these trunks, they are perfection. Told you it wouldn't take long. We aren't wearing this at the pier, right? Let's wait until we get to the beach to be safe. He looks relieved. Of course. Clip next. I know he's gonna be loud, but at least it'll be fun. Oh, this looks like the surf shops from home. Well, aside from the revealing knickers in the corner there. Well, it's not like I knew. There we are. This top is easy and breezy. And these trunks have immaculate vibes. I hope this works. Of course it works. Make sure we wait for the beach before we put these outfits on, okay? He nods. I think this look is for a special occasion. Well, it's more like I don't want us to get arrested, but that's fine. Murdoch's been laughing at me way too much today. He's next. Oh god. Are they selling live frogs and sea monkey fish bowls over there? Don't care. Strip. Very nice. Fishnets are one of the few things that you can wear that makes you look sluttier than wearing nothing at all. The other thing is a bandana. And the Speedo can barely contain me. You reap what you sow. Well, with me dressed like this, I might as well be covered in seed. Maybe that can be arranged. That takes him off guard so hard that he's blushing. I'll get you back for this. And last but not least... Mother of God, Sam. I thought I said once already today that this is a vacation and not a porno. They've got regular stuff too, William. And I'm supposed to trust you to pick that, huh? Turns out you gotta. At least it's not my money. Perfect. Yo ho ho, Sam. Your booty is mine. You'd make a terrible pirate. You know, when I look at these trunks, I'm reminded that I'm actually certified by the Red Cross for lifeguard duty. So you know what to do if I almost drown. I'm off duty. Har har. We should do this more often. I should do you more often. Knowing me, that's not a very good threat. He gives me a kiss on the cheek. Idiot. Hard ass. You gotta dress Todd up too? He could probably use the help. Not unless he's dating me. Y'all think I do this for just anybody? I think he'd feel left out. You just hate the life's a beach tank, huh? Okay, I fucking hate the lives of Beach Tank. He's thriving, William. Like a fungus. It's beautiful, William. It takes a while to stuff everything into a cart. But finally, I can purchase everything. I get a few looks from the man at the register while he takes all the hangers and tags off of everything. My phone's messaging notifications goes off. Rest of the guys are at the oyster shack. Tell them to meet us at the boat rental place in 30 minutes. The boat people get mad when you don't show up half an hour early. I type that all out on my phone and hit send. We walk on down to the pier, where Nick is talking to a man in a booth, while Murdoch and Todd are chatting each other up, and Cliff is downing a very big cone of cotton candy. Thank you for your trouble. Y'all have her until 12 p.m. tomorrow. Try not to catch any mermaids, you hear? Mermaids? Well, how do you catch those? That's just a figure of speech, Sonny. Oh. Right. Mostly just meant take good care of the boat, cause if anything did happen, then the spike to your friend's insurance rate ain't gonna be pretty. I will man this ship. There will be no trouble. I'm just yanking off Shane. Aside from the insurance part. That's still true. Nick, can we just go? Well, I have the keys now. Calmly, but certainly, like the sea, the itinerary progresses. It's just a schedule, Nick. Finally, we're guided to the right boat. Will hauls the cooler while Todd carries the fishing poles and other luggage. I've just got the shopping bags and my pack. I take a seat next to Murdoch, who's pulling out a bottle of pills. Take this. He drops it into my hand and I pop it into my mouth. Was that an edible? It's Dramamine, Sam. So we don't get seasick? Who would be sick of the sea? We just got here. You know what I meant? It takes about 15 more minutes before we can cast off. The engine of the boat putters and we're in open water before long. The sweet sunscreen smell comes back with everyone so close together, only now the salt spray of the ocean is stronger. Shall we put on our outfits now? Maybe not right this moment. Cliff is already stripping and puts on their clothes. Too late! Easy there, little fella. We're still in the estuary. Personally, I think if the fish can let loose here, then so should we. The boat slows. I am ahead of all of you. Looking good, Nick. You make quite the convincing sea captain. Very good. Now fetch me a harpoon. We are under attack. What? It's a joke. Just a joke. Well, thank goodness for that. I was just about to go all white whale, holy grail and everything. Please don't. Well, I don't want to be the last one to change. You too, William. You first. Well, if it makes you feel better having your hand held. Let's see. Woman want fish, me fear me. Yeah, that looks nice. Did you, have to get a shirt with a cut that tight, Sam? Oh, Sam. So cruel. Huh? He's gotta be doing this on purpose. Doing what? Showing off. Oh. I guess that's true. But I do it so much, I just don't think that much about it. Even Todd is getting wide-eyed looking at me. Aren't you just stalling now? Will sighs. Fine. He strips off all his clothes. Todd looks away, looking extremely nervous. Cliff whistles and Will rolls his eyes. There. Y'all happy now? Very. Now that's a look. You're Red Cross certified as well? Matter of fact, yes indeedy. I renew every 2 years. So how often do you have to mouth? I'm about to fist to face in a moment if you don't knock it off. Aw, now I wish Sam did me. Come again? I said I wish Sam would do me. Oh, clothes. Yeah. Right. That's what I thought you said. Well, good news actually. I bought you some clothes. Really? Sure did. So, why exactly did you buy him new clothes, Will? Because I'm nice. Well, I can't argue with that. Really? Because from what I remember you saying, Merry Christmas, Todd. Yay. Nice and breezy. Arms down, Todd. Oh, sorry. With these, I'll be even more aerodynamic. Hydrodynamic. Hydrodynamic. Will sighs. Okay, Nick, what's next on this list of yours? 2 hours of fishing and swimming. Then we make a camp on the beach to grill. Sounds solid. Will hops over the edge of the boat and makes a big splash in the water. And he's gone. He does not like fishing. Race me, Todd. Sure thing, boss. Make way because it's about to be this otter's day. We watch them start to do laps a good distance away from the boat with focused, measured strokes. Todd's in the lead again. I'm surprised a coyote can keep up with an otter. Will takes his physical fitness seriously. Don't you as well? I can tread water, but I tend to sink. In the water, core strength builds our mid. Isn't that a word people use for video games? They ignore my comment. Strength in the legs, the thighs, and the arms are what matters, along with a graceful technique. A lamellar body shape helps as well, which is why Todd is going to have the advantage. Did I win yet? You feel the burn yet? That's how you know that you've won. Well, I was hoping that you'd buy me a box of those wasabi peanuts if I won. The kind with the crunchy bits on the outside? You might think I'm your opponent, but the real opponent is time. You'll lose your peak eventually, but that's no excuse not to stay strong. Well, I guess that makes all sorts of sense, William. I check on Nick to see how his fishing is going. Caught anything yet? Probably not so soon after they just splashed. Whoa! I think you've got a fish. Nick starts reeling his catch in, stopping when it bends too much. He draws in, quick, then slow. After enough time, I can see the catch surface near the top of the water. Well, it's definitely alive. The hell's that? A cephalopod. Wait, don't you mean a squid? What I mean, Samuel, is dinner. He smirks. The water fouls up with black stuff. Oh, what the hell? It's good it's getting the ink out. The part is hard to clean. Cliff and Murdoch are sunbathing. Murdoch is reading a book called Ocean at the end of the lane, and Cliff is listening to something on his phone. It looks like it's a podcast called The White Vault. Y'all having fun relaxing? On the contrary, I'm on edge. Why's that? I'm catching up on one of my favorite horror podcasts. They just stumbled upon some rather gruesome scenes. Well then, why are you listening to it now? We're at the beach. Because it's titillating. I want to be excited every last moment we're here. I can relax when we're at home. And what's yours about? Well, In part, it's about domestic abuse. Could y'all just lighten up? Let me finish. It's from the writer who did Coraline. The evil car movie? That's Christine. Okay, good. Because that movie wasn't scary. I don't think Coraline is that scary either, but it has some really creepy implications when you stop to think about them. And that makes that book scarier. But I'd say that this book is a bittersweet fantasy at heart. The stepmother is a literal monster as opposed to anything too realistically heavy, but I think that the threat's still evident. Aside from that, the book's cozy to me. I just figured that one of those big dick boy magazines might fit the mood better. There's plenty of big dick men present already. Exactly. We're trying to indulge in fantasy here. A fantasy where sometimes stairs are made out of teeth. And stepmothers scream at you while you're naked. Okay. Personally speaking, I'm just convinced that cock and balls are more appealing things to think about on vacation. But variety is the spice of life. I think I'm like missing out on some experiences. Do you really dislike getting scared that much, Sam? It's never just a little fun? Maybe if it's a situation I can see myself being in. Vampires ain't ever gonna be my problem. Rich people with too much power over you will. Or zombies. Deadly pandemics and xenophobic reactionaries will. And I think I could take a guy who came at me with a knife. Well, maybe you won't see it coming if you think he's hot. Not knowing is a terrifying thing. But terror is the things that remind us that we still want to live, right? I guess. I see what you're saying. I'm just saying that the joy of life can be found a whole lot of places. Sometimes it's in a spooky story, sometimes it's in between a guy's legs. He looks at me over and I shiver the good sort of shiver. The only thing between a guy's legs today is Todd's tail after I challenged him to a buoy race. Will climbs up aboard, dripping in seawater before he shakes it off. It was way too deep. I don't like not being able to see the water under my legs in the ocean. And where's my peanuts? The bag hits him in the face and he keeps it there with a reflex of his paw. Thanks. Gentlemen, it is time to proceed to the beach. Nick has to dock us close enough to the shore, but far enough for the boat to anchor without running into any sand dunes. So me, William, and Todd test the water for us, guiding the boat. There's an oil drum to burn wood in, and an old black grill that looks well used and completely charred. There was a different kind of smell here. The shy smell of gardenias danced above the sturdy woodsy oak and juicy bursts of blackberry oil, which attracted all sorts of moths and butterflies. We should get an early start on dinner. I'm cooking. Wait, why? You've been driving the boat all day. I know you want to go swimming too. Are you sure that you know how to work with squid? Well, it won't be calamari, but you packed a curry. Those are pretty self-explanatory. Very well. I will go prepare for the water. Ain't you already prepared? No. He shuffles away with his bag in paw, mumbling as he disappears into a bush. Will takes the bag of charcoal out of the cooler and starts to prepare it for the grill. Cliff helps gather some dried twigs for kindling. Murdoch helps himself to Todd's peanuts while he isn't looking. Todd seems to know that something isn't quite right when he reaches for another handful, but he hasn't figured it out yet. You know, I got to thinking. Oh yeah? Pirate ghosts seem kinda silly, right? Yes. Okay, but think about it. Already have. Ghosts are just the souls of the dead people. Debatable. Ghosts are whatever you want them to be because ghosts aren't real. Well, let's just assume that they are for a second. No. Ghosts show up in places that have a whole lot of dead people. And the ocean has a whole lot of dead people in it. Who's to say where it ends or it begins? Sovereign nations. The UN. The defined territorial sea. I don't mean legally, y'all. I mean spiritually. That doesn't mean anything. Well, somebody is taking my gosh darn peanuts, and I'd like to believe that it's ghosts and not y'all. Well, Todd. Maybe ghosts are real. Thank you. At least somebody's on my side here. The minute he turns, I see Murdoch crunching on peanuts. He must have already been storing between his cheeks as he talked. I'm about to open my mouth, and then Nikolai comes out of the bush. And I forget everything else I was about to say a few seconds ago. I am prepared for the water now. I can see that, Nick. What? I mean, I think you look a little too prepared for the water. There is no such thing as being too prepared. I just feel like 2 flotation devices might be a bit excessive. There is no such thing as too much. Only people who demand too little. Is that profound, or is he just fucking with me? I am going to enjoy the water now. He pats me 2 times on the head as he goes. I think I've decided that he just wants an excuse to wear the duck floaty. Murdoch asks me to help him to set up the volleyball net, and we spend the rest of the afternoon tagging in and out, watching the curry. Murdoch narrowly avoids a black eye from one of Cliff's spikes, reminding me how high that weasel can jump. Nick eventually comes back from the water and starts building an elaborate sandcastle. Before we know it, it's starting to get dark and Will calls us over to have the seafood curry. What? Nikolai chewed. It's not rubbery. Well done. I don't know I was being judged. I can't help but judge when my curry ratios are being used. Because something went wrong, I need people to know it wasn't my fault. Something catches my attention out of the corner of my eye. I thought it was a firefly at first, but the color was wrong. Instead of a yellow-green spark, it was a vibrant blue glow, almost the color of flames. And I saw it in the water. I think I see something out there. I see it too. See what? The light. Oh. The blue lights. I knew the whole ocean was haunted. Yeah, no, that's just plankton. Murdoch crouched down to pick up a seashell and then tossed it into the sea. The disturbance makes a brief glow which fades into the darker blue of the tide. We can see more of the glow on the edges of the waves as they crash upon the shore. They usually show up closer to autumn, but I suppose that the temperature tonight is cool enough for them to make an appearance. Todd wipes his brow and William shakes his head. Hold on. Cliff thrusts his hips experimentally. So you're telling me that if we had a go in there, we could turn it into a rave? Stop. There might be some diatoms mixed in there, so probably best not to risk it. Dinner passes and we clean up our trash. Nick is sleeping on a beach towel from all the swimming he did. Murdoch and Cliff are too after sharing a few bottles of wine. Todd passed out under the volleyball net. Long day. Fun though. Yeah. Cliff and Murdoch kinda made me think about something though. That being? If it's weird that I don't think getting scared is fun. Well, I don't know. I just mean, maybe there's more about life that I could come to appreciate if I made myself afraid more. I'm worried about wasting my time. Maybe there's more I could be getting out of everything. Feels to me like there's enough scares in life that you don't need to go looking for them. But that's just my take. Maybe I just need more scares and less looming dread. Sam? He shakes my shoulder. You see that? I don't think I do. But then I look a little harder. Out there in the ocean, where the current is deep, I see the glow of the algae. Except it's big, bigger than our boat, and it moves with a specific direction. Didn't Murdoch say that the plankton lights up when disturbed? It stopped, glowing in place, almost like it hears us. Yeah, he did. What do you think it is? Whale, maybe. What about a shark? Don't think we get great whites or hammerheads in these parts. It turned on a dime, shifting left. I get that peculiar feeling, like I'm being stared at, and the fur on the back of my neck stands up. Then it swims straight towards us. I make the motion to leave, but William grabs me. He shakes his head real slow. Whatever it is in the water glimmers for a little while longer, then disappears. Then we see a sudden streak backwards, leaving a trail like a comet would. Hey, William? Yeah, Sam? Why did you grab me just then? Don't know. Felt like the right thing to do for some reason. I nod my head. And then I look at where we anchor the boat. And I don't much like the idea of wading through the water to get back into it tomorrow. She's real! Ah. Ow. So that was the Summer AU of the Smoke Room. I wonder if that was a real Nessie or some unexplained, unexplored sea monster thingy majigger. But yeah. So what do you guys think it was? Was it aliens, like Todd said? Ah, oh Todd. It's always nice to see Todd. He's one of my favorite characters in the Smoke Room. Anyways, so what did you guys think? What do you guys think of the story overall? It is nice to have like little alternate universe stories for the Smoke Room because it's always like um there's always some peril, always some drama going on with these guys. You know, if they're not being chased by monsters, it's the homophobia. If it's not something, it's something else. Um, so yeah, I'm getting the sense that they're in a polycule also, that they're all technically dating Sam, and maybe they're all dating each other. I mean, because over here, Cliff is getting real cozy with Nick, but that just might be him. Technically, it's also Murdoch getting real cozy with Nick, but I'm pretty sure he just doesn't mind. He's just a big pillow. Anyways, so yeah. So what do you guys think? Do you guys like the stories? Do you want to see more of these stories further, down the line as the story of the smoke room progresses? Mm-hmm. So yeah. Anywho, so write down in the comments what you think, and thank you all for watching slash listening. If you would like to play the smoke room or the smoke room alternate universe stories, you can find them over on itch, and you can find direct links to them from the Echo Project Twitter page, or I think the Echo Project Patreon, which I will also post a link down. Well, I'll post a link down for both of those, the Twitter and the Patreon, so that you can subscribe and get early access to all of these wonderful little things that, Echo Project is doing for you, but early. Yeah. There is a story that I know that's coming up soonish called Know Your Role. I'm not sure if it's yeah, it's an Echo Project thing. It's more D&D ish, kind of. It has humans, but it also has their D&D characters in it. So I don't know how it's gonna go, but I assume it's gonna be kind of like a role playing thing. I don't know. I guess I'll just have to wait to see what happens with it. But yeah, so Patreon, subscribe, and I guess with that out of the way, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.